Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1 Rep Max box squat test. This test that we are about to do is probably the most important test for the rest of the program because it determines the weight that you are going to use for the rest of the program, so you have to do this right. So one thing that you must please get this correctly. Do not do a back squat. Make sure that you do a box squat. Okay, no back squats, because with a back squat, you're going to get a lot less weight than you would with a box squat because you're going down full deep range of motion, whereas a box squat, you're only going to about half or quarter range of motion. So it's shown in studies that beginners benefit more for their vertical jump from full deep back squats, but intermediate and advanced lifters get more benefit. It transfers better to the vertical jump if they do half squats or quarter squats. So the knee angle that we want is slightly above parallel. So I'll show you. So when you sit down, your knee angle should be slightly above parallel, okay? If you're down here, that's too far, okay? You could even be up a little bit, maybe right here, but we have to get that right. No back squats, only box squats. Because if you do a back squat, for me, personally, I can probably back squat 365 pounds, okay? I can get a lot more than that with a box squat, okay? So if I use my back squat and I only get 365 pounds, then for the rest of the program, when it says use 50% of your weight when we're doing box squats, I'm only going to be using 50% of 365 pounds instead of 50% of my full 1 rep max for a box squat, which will be heavier weight. So for the rest of the program, you'll end up using lighter weights, which isn't going to transfer better to your vertical jump. So here's what you do. Start with light weights and hit about 5 reps. Then increase the weight a little bit, hit about 4 reps. Increase the weight, hit 3 reps. Increase the weight, hit 2 reps. Increase the weight and hit 1 rep, and just keep increasing the weight, hitting 1 rep over and over and over until you get to a weight where you feel like you're going to fail, and that is your 1 rep max, okay? As much weight as you can do for 1 rep. That's a 1 rep max. So here we go. I'm gonna do 5 reps with light weight. So now I just went up a little bit. I added a 25 on each side, and I'm going to get 4 reps. Now we got 225 on the bar. I'm gonna hit 3 reps. All right, now we got 275 on the bar, and I'm gonna hit it for 2 reps. So a few other things that are important. Rest as long as you need to hit your next set, okay? Normally I rest about 2 minutes. After that, I'm good to go, okay? Rest longer than a minute. Don't just do 30 seconds or a minute and get back into it. You can on your warm-up sets, but when you hit your 1 reppers and you're trying to get more and more and more, make sure you rest at least 2 minutes. Another thing is the box height that you use. Make sure you use that same box or that same height for the rest of the program, because if I use a 20-inch box, and then all of a sudden I switch to a 24-inch box, it's going to be much easier to get my weight, okay? And I could have got a 1 rep max a lot higher on a 24-inch box than I did on a 20-inch box. So that's another thing that's important. Use the same box height and make sure your rest times are at least 2 minutes as you go up with your 1 reppers. Let's go. All right, we got 315 on the bar, and everything is 1 rep from here on out. Another thing that is important is you want to allow your weight to sit down on the box, because for the rest of the program, we're not gonna be doing touch and go reps. We're gonna be sitting on the box and then exploding up as fast as we can. So make sure that you test that same way. $365. We got 405. All right, guys, so I don't feel comfortable going too much higher than this, so I'm going to stop here. I'm sure I could get a little bit more, so I'm going to estimate my max at 415, okay? I did 405. It was decently easy, but it was still a little bit hard. I think I could get a little bit more, so I'm going to give that estimate at 415, and I'm going to use that number for the rest of the weight that I use in the rest of the program. So guys, for next time, or when we run into our first squat workout, you're going to use this 1 rep max to calculate the weight that you use for your sets. So in our next squat workout, I think we have 8 sets of 3 reps at 40% of our 1 rep max. So I take my 1 rep max, 415 pounds, and I multiply it in the calculator on my phone by 0.4 for 40%. And whatever that number is that is the weight that I use for my 8 sets of 3 reps. So this is why it is very important to know your 1 rep max, because we are going to use percentages of your 1 rep max for the rest of the program. Good work.